What's up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big Johnny G for Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming.
Shut up and sit down.
Thank you so much for deciding to spend a little bit of your time here with me at Two Gun Pixie. Now, in this series, if you don't know, this is not a full review series. This is more bullet points as to why myself, my partner Tom Vulo, my wife, the 20-sided Warriors, or one of my other buddies happens to enjoy a title when it hits that damn table. Today, as you saw from the thumbnail, I want to talk to you about a game that's been we've been enjoying here at this table for a really long time, and I want to talk about it. It's about time. I don't know why nothing has been said before. So now, without further ado, because my friends, there's far too much ado in the world as it is, why don't we get right to talking about letting you know what it is that I think about One Deck Dungeon Forest of Shadow. Oh, this is an absolutely brilliant stand-alone expansion from the original One Deck Dungeon. You can even mix it. I'll mention that in a moment. But yeah, this is a standalone game. You can play this on its own. You don't need to have the first. You don't need to have played the first. You don't even have to know the first one ever existed. Although after you play this, you will. You most definitely will. But yeah, this game, you can combine this in a way, right? Two different ways, actually. I enjoy the fact that the characters in either one of these games can be mixed and matched and used in either one of the box systems. You can use any of the ladies from this box in the first game and vice versa. It makes it quite versatile. Now the other thing is, if you have two copies of each game, you can turn it from a 1-2 player game up to a 4-player game. If you have two copies of both, if you have one copy of both the original and the Forest of Shadows, the game is made in a way for you to combine it and have this awesome mega dungeon experience. I've only done that a couple of times. I've lost a couple of times. Tragically. But I still enjoy it. I still come back and I still play more of this game because it's enjoyable. It doesn't matter how many times the game kicks my butt. I'm going to keep challenging it. I'm going to keep playing because every time I do, win or lose, I'm having fun. Now, this is Forest of Shadows does add a new mechanic. Now, it's always really cool when a new expansion to a game, even if it's a standalone, gives you a lot of familiar, but then gives you something new. And one of the main things in this that is counted with the new, and I'm not talking about, like I mentioned before, the new characters, nor do I mean the fact that there are all new monsters to battle in this. There's all new traps that you're going to encounter and have to use your dice management on your dice rolls to use and get over these monsters and traps. But more than that, this game is definitely going to give you this new mechanic of poison. And it adds another level of difficulty to this game that even if you've kicked the first game's butt, solo, tag team, with a whole team, this new mechanic of poison is going to add a whole new depth of pain and misery to your game. And I'm betting you're not going to win the Shadow of Forest quite as easily as you won the original. Just like the first game, it uses everything the same as far as art goes, the cards go, the tokens, the chits, they're exactly the same. The artwork on the cards in the original game, I really enjoyed, I really liked, and this keeps that same exact art and the same art style, artistic feel to it, is all 100% to the original game. This helps, especially when you're going to, mix the two different decks together. I mean, the backs are all the same, so judging by the card in the back, you can have no idea what it is that you're drawing from either one of those decks. And the fact that the art is the same, in many cases, unless you see a poison icon or some other specific icon to the expansion, to the set, you're not even going to know. I think that's the way a lot of these games that do combine, really shine when they do it. And most do. A few have gone a little cheap and not gotten the right color mix on certain backs of cards, and that's always annoying because it stands out like a sore thumb. But no, they went out of their way if they had to. I don't know, but they made sure that everything from the back to the art style and the front of the cards, it all matches up, and it's beautiful. Just like the first game, it keeps the mechanic of leveling up, of upping up, I guess, not just leveling up, but every encounter you have, whether you completely defeat the encounter, whether you left some boxes open, it doesn't matter. You've had the encounter, so therefore you get the card, and the cards all have multiple uses in this sense. I've always enjoyed when card games have multiple things, or even dice. They do it with dice sometimes too, different symbols on the same side, on the same part of the card, on different parts of the card. So depending on whether you're using it for option A or option B, option C maybe, the card will have some different effects. And you find that with the encounter cards in this series of games. Maybe you want to take it for experience. Because the more experience you have, the more items you can carry, the tougher you are. Maybe it has an item. Maybe you need an extra movement or an extra magic or an extra attack die, and this will give it to you. So you take it for that. Some of them have potions. Well, they all have potions. They all have each of these things. So you get to take a new potion. Maybe it's your choice, but you are leveling up. You are improving your character while you're doing this. Yeah, there's no prestige classes or anything like that you find in a lot of RPGs, but the fact that you are equipment-based building up your character, skill-based building up your character, that's where it shines. It does good. I like the fact that they have this system to make you feel a little bit more RPG-ish for the game. Yes, the game has luck. The game is a dice chucker. It's about dice chucking and dice control, dice usage. You roll the dice and you assign where they need to be, where you can put them. Maybe you got to put them in a shield first. We always got to put them on shields first. But other than that, how are you going to lay them out? Because whatever you don't complete is going to harm you in some way. Either it's going to give you damage or it's going to take away time. The encounter deck is the timer. I love that. Again, it's not the first time I've seen this in a game mechanic, but it works so well here. The more cards that you spend as time, the less stuff you can be getting, the less you're bettering yourself. But at the same time, if you're drawing every single card, you're nitpicking, nickel and diming yourself to death slowly because of all those extra encounters. There are so many ways to balance luck and to take control of the situation in this game. I do think that regardless of the fact that this is a dice chucker, this is mainly a strategy game. This has always been a really fun game. I think it shines playing it solo, whether you're playing it with one or two heroes, but it does great playing it with another person. That's a lot of fun sometimes to do. I've only done the Mega Adventure twice so far, and that's been great. I'm not looking forward to that again as much as I am to one or two player versions of the game, to be honest with you. But it still shines in whatever mode I'm playing it in. If you like fantasy games, if you like card games, if you enjoy chucking dice, this might be a game you're going to like. I believe in not believing in influencers. I'm just trying to give you information. Don't listen to some floating head here on YouTube or some disembodied voice that's telling you things that you don't know if the publisher or the game creator maybe bought, bribed, cajoled, gifted them something to get them to say what you want. You don't know that. But what you do know is watching playthroughs will give you the best damn idea if a game is something that you, your friends, your family, your gamers are going to enjoy. So go, get some more information by watching some playthroughs. And then come back and let us know what you think of One Deck Dungeon, Forest of Shadows.